Apology.
So the goal with this game is that eventually I'm going to add faction stuff to it. So for right now, there's going to be like some negative aspects. Like one thing is like, oh, HP values are really, really small, so it's really easy to kill shit. Even like veteran shit dies really quickly. But that's kind of the way it's going to be. I don't know if you have the quick rule set open.
That's in fact, I was looking those over and missed the time.
You're what?
Sweet. I was looking over. Forgot what time it was. Yeah, I was on exhaustion and phase.
No, that's fine. I'm tired too, so I understand. Right now, I'm trying to add all the units.
Yeah.
So we got that. We got that. All right, cool. I think we're good. One of the things is that lightning might just be the meta for the game. And the reason why is pretty obvious, which is that lightning fucks you the more armor you have. So you just turn like a veteran, like 6 cost troop into basically a pile of ash with just a simple spell. But the only way to really counter that would be to have just a bunch of regular archers who have no armor on and they just come in and shred the fucking mage. But that's going to be kind of like a feature rather than anything else. Because like the whole point is that when we start adding species and faction buffs to the game, there's going to be more numbers into it, and that might actually be too much for the game. That might be like too much for players. So it's like this delicate balance between simplicity but then intricacy. I don't know if that makes sense.
Tough. No, it makes sense. Tough. Tough. I want it to be simple enough to grasp, easy to start.
I don't see you in the roll 20.
Complex ways to use it. Definitely getting. It's asking me if I want to restore again.
Now, one of the changes that's kind of big is that there's now activation tokens. So if you've got 4 guys in your army, you get 2 activation tokens. If you have 3, you get 1. So this is going to make it where you're more micro heavy of I move, then you move, then I move, then you move kind of ordeal. But as such, that makes it where tactically this could be kind of difficult.
Right, because you only have so many basically move. You.
Yeah. And movement is now tied to armor values because I said it before I ended my stream earlier, but a lot of feedback was people did not like a lot of people did not like how RNG, how random it was to roll the dice for movement. A lot of feedback was like negative in that aspect because people were just like, Well, if I have to roll the dice for movement, my most valuable unit's like way off in the back, and then meanwhile, my useless shit is like way up in the front because they keep rolling sixes. To me, I actually like that. I actually like RNG because I think the more chaotic the game is, the more fun it is, and also just the more immersive. Reality is oftentimes chaotic. But when it comes to player satisfaction, I have to keep this in mind. So I decided to make it where movement is static. The only thing that changes movement is things like spells or terrain or whatever bullshit. Yeah, Husky fan, the game is playable. It's just it's an alpha stage. Some guy commenting on my stream, one of my fans.
Okay, very cool.
So yeah, this game is playable. Roll20 is free to play. It's the server I think is public, so anyone could join in and play. My only request is that you do not edit anything or delete anything. You can add to it, but you cannot delete or change anything. Please don't do that. There was other things too that a lot of player feedback was, which was some people don't like critical missing with a strategy game. Now, I've played Warhammer Tabletop, and Warhammer Tabletop you can critically miss, but you know what happens if you critically miss?
Yeah.
It does nothing.
What happened?
Nothing.
Explain.
Because like that's the thing when I play Warhammer Tabletop, it's like, oh, you critically missed. Okay, does my gun jam? Am I stunned for a turn? What is that? No, nothing. You just missed. And it's critical. It's like, what the fuck does that mean then? You keep saying critical miss, but there's no penalty, so what the fuck is the point? So for me, I'm keeping it, even though a lot of people didn't like it, which is that critical missing in this game, you do take damage on yourself. I may reduce the damage to just 1 point. Because after all, to me, it's like if you try to swing your sword on somebody, but you missed and you hit a rock and then the sword came right back to your forehead. It's like, ow, that fucking hurt. But apparently some people don't like that in a strategy game. I personally don't really care. I think it's appropriate.
Right.
So right now, we're going to do a 10-point game. I don't see you in the Roll20 still, but...
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Are you in the right one? It says KO in it. The other thing, too, is that we're going to be experimenting with terrain today. Because I have not experimented with terrain. I've only experimented with the base game and the stuff that's inside it. So the way terrain works is Fuddy and I, as the game starts, we're going to put one major terrain piece on the map and then 2 minor terrain pieces on the map. There's Fuddy. Now, what you could do, which is kind of funny, is like you could do is like stack up a bunch of forests on your enemy's side, and your enemy's gonna think like, oh wow, he's giving me all these trees, yeah, that's gonna protect me from his arrows. But then you just burn all the fucking trees with a fire spell or some shit, so they take damage. You could do something stupid like that. As I said, the game is designed to be very easy to pick up, difficult to master. So there's like a bunch of intricacies that you could all of a sudden get caught. This is the quick start rule set. This is the quick start rule set. This is what we'll be kind of following today. Make it easy. Now, for the unit cards, I have everything written down already, so you don't even need to research anything or look it up. The only thing you do have to look up though is in case me and Fuddy are like on top of a rock that changes one of our dice rolls, then we have to look at the quick start sheet and quickly look at the not the quick start sheet. We have to look at the base rules, the universal rules, and we have to try to look at the modifier chart, which is where the fuck is the modifier chart? Oh, that's right. It is in the quick start rules. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Um so Fuddy, what kind of army composition are you gonna do?
Oh, I thought we were using the preset arm.
We could if you want. I don't care. We could even do a mirror match and see what happens.
You know what? Yeah, let's do a mirror match. Sounds blast.
All right. All right. So our highest charisma mod is 0. So me and Fuddy gotta roll the dice, 2d6, and see who's got a higher roll. I rolled a 2 right off the bat. So yeah, Fuddy is the one who determines how the turn goes. Do you go first or do I go first? You get to say that.
Can't see the profile type icons. They're in the way. Oh, I get to go third. Oh,
Yeah,
ready?
I rolled a
So
2.
first up is
Well, first up, we gotta do terrain. I probably shouldn't have put it at the bottom.
No, you're good.
But so we're gonna do terrain,
Trying.
whatever it is. So you get to have one major terrain, and I just ask that you please label it, whatever it is that you're putting on the map.
How do I place items on the map?
Are you not allowed to?
Just mobile. See how I
Oh, okay. So what terrain do you want? What major, minor terrain?
let's set a river in the middle.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, let's set a
Yeah.
river in the middle. Cool.
This good.
All right, that's our river. It's shitty as fuck looking, but
Oh, nice
I don't
choice.
give a fuck. Yeah. All right, and where 2 minor terrains you want?
Let's do like a small hill side, a copse tree, like a small cluster on the other side. Your pick.
What do you mean?
Like a small hill to give like a heighted side, cluster of trees to give like a slight uh cover advantage on the other side, your pick side. Oh, sorry.
There's a list of minor terrains. I'm just trying to look and see if there's anything that's kind of similar to what you're asking for that I wrote down. Because minor terrains don't really give much, so that's kind of why it's difficult to look through.
Rules here somewhere.
Tangled brush gives you -1 movement and gives you +1 defense versus ranged. I should just put +1 armor.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Let's do tangled brush.
Alright, so tangled brush. See, this is why playtesting is important, because then I can see grammatical errors. Alright, let's do a bush. What kind of bush can we get? Yeah.
70s.
Alright, so... where did you want the bush? Just kind of ping wherever.
Trying to find where I exactly am in this white void because the map appeared. Low. I'm lost in the ether.
In case anyone's wondering where I got this map from, I actually made it myself. I took like the snippet of a NASA picture of Mars, one of the canyons in Mars, and this is like one of the dune seas. That's kind of my goal, is to use a lot of NASA footage of Mars in like top-down geography and just use that. That way people who are like, wow, this is such an interesting map, I'll be like, yeah, it actually exists somewhere too. Who knows? Maybe like...
Yeah, I guess.
That way maybe people in like 150 years from now will be on Mars and be like, hey, let's roleplay that one KO battle where they're in the middle of this dune or whatever bullshit. Yeah, Husky fan, that's exactly what we're doing, is we're focusing on balancing and making sure the game runs appropriately. Because then fun will always top it. I'm not a competitive person by any measure. I mean, hands down. I usually play whatever I find fun. I don't like metas. So that's kind of why I want this game to be almost busted in every strategy you try. Like, if you do lightning magic, yeah, you're going to be busted as fuck against knights and stuff. But then here comes a guy with like a full peasant army and he just kicks your ass because you don't do any damage to him. Like, that's what I'm gunning for. It's just like the World of Nosgoth shit, where if you min-max, you're actually more vulnerable than you are if you're just a regular player.
When everybody's overpowered, it kind of itself out.
Where did you want this bush?
Somewhere useful.
Well, that could be anywhere.
It's very true. Oh, shit. I guess work.
Where it's at.
Oh, is it not showing?
What, did you ping something?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. And then what was the other thing you wanted?
Can we do like a small hill or something to give like a height advantage? Is that in minor terrain?
No, they do have flattened terrain, which gives you extra endurance rolls due to stable footing, but that's more useful if I was doing like a... If I was doing more like a roleplay thing, like a like the Earth's quaking because we're fighting in a volcano or some shit, and everyone rolls an endurance, and whoever fails gets stunned. Like, that would be more fun, but Hills, I consider major terrain just because you can use that very strongly tactically.
Fair. Fair. I'm in the wrong section. I've been looking for rules in just the regular Kingdoms of Oblivion section.
Yeah, I just have the quick start open and that's it.
Terrain!
You know, when I used to play the clarinet, there was like a lot of songs that were supposed to be like clarinet focused, and they were like Arabic songs. Dude, I could not understand what the fuck I was playing. Even when I was playing it, I was like, I don't sound good. It doesn't make sense. Even reading the notes, there's no like crescendo, there's no anything. It was really, really fucking bad song. I can't remember the name of it, but it was just when I was a learner of the clarinet, you know, fucking middle school, whatever it was. But there's like a lot of times where sometimes I wonder when musicians make a song, they know they have an instrument, but they don't want it to really like sound in any way that dampens whatever it is they're trying to listen for, so they just give it random bullshit notes. Because it really felt that way. I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? This makes no sense.
Let's go with flattened grass. +1 to endurance. Full footing.
As I said, it's gonna be kind of useless this game, but that's fine.
Oh yeah, there is a giant river in the area. Flattened 3. It's gonna be interesting.
So where did you want it?
I guess on the opposite side.
To buff me or to buff you?
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
So which side are you on versus me?
Up. Shit, I'll take the side with the bush.
Okay. So where do you want
Yeah,
the flattened?
yeah, you can have it on your side.
But I have my own two terrain I have to put down.
Oh, fair. There.
Okay.
I thought we just had like two in general. Just put where.
No, just
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see the name on the things because I'm putting names on them, but
I get the information for it. 0 modifier to attacks. Land 7 or higher. Okay. -2 damage. Deal.
and then for
Wait, is that for
major,
Oh no, I'm not getting any info for the terrain.
well, I put it on the map thing, so you might not be able to click on it, but there's no info in there anyways. I just put the names on them. That's all I did.
Oh, okay.
If you can't see the names, then I'll just tell you what it is at all times. because that might be unfair strategically for me.
It's all good.
Oh boy.
So wait, are the two brown icons they rain token or are they?
Those those two brown tokens I put down.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pebbles.
Oh, Pebble.
Yeah, pebble field. So -1 to movement.
Oh, excuse me.
And right now I'm trying to.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Okay. So it's your turn because you said you wanted to go first, right? Or am I going first?
You can go first. Because I am lost void again. I had nothing but a blank white screen. I gotta reload.
So
I
this
wanna
is
hold it up.
our veteran. Where's my unit card? There it is. Okay. So great
Oh shit.
shields, iron sword, iron shield, 5 movement. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm gonna activate this. Go forward 5. And that's it for my activation. That's the end of my turn. So it's your turn. Fuddy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just looking at.
So, Husky fan, we have tested this a lot. So, damage has always been a thing that we've always uncovered and done, like, in the past. It's just right now what I'm really play testing is, I'm mostly play testing terrain. So, while Fuddy might be here focusing on his army composition and all that fun jazz, what I'm actually focusing on is terrain effects. Like, to me, right now, this feels like there's almost too much terrain. And if there's too much terrain, then that means that I need to nerf the minor terrain setup. Because I made it where it's like one major terrain and then two minor. I may just have
Oh,
it
I'm
where it's
gonna
one
spend one
minor.
token to move up for space.
Your guy can move 5.
5? He's in steel armor though, isn't he? Oh no.
He just got an iron armor with an iron shield. So it's 2 armor, yes, but it's not steel like you're thinking. The only steel your guy has is weapons. Now your veteran greatsword, on the other hand, yeah, he's four tiles.
That'll be my turn.
You could move him up 1 more inch, you know that, right?
It was
Okay.
further back though, wasn't it? Yeah, that's That was a full 5 squares of movement
Okay.
started.
All right, so my turn. This guy's got iron armor, so he can only move 5. That'll be the end of my turn. It's your turn, Fuddy.
Oh shit, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off when you were talking about terrain effects or
What are you talking about?
stuff. You were talking to Husk.
Oh, no, man, you're good. If anything, you and I are the ones playing. I should be focused on this.
No, no, you're good.
Because, yeah, Husky fan, I don't think you were there for the base game, but the base game, I've already tested. I already know the combat works. I already know the magic works. What I'm really testing is terrain today. And to me, I'm already seeing an issue, which is that there's too much terrain. So I'm going to have to scale it back. And I think I may just leave it where players can just do where players can do 2 major terrain and then just, I mean, not 2 major, 1 major terrain each, and then 1 minor terrain each. And obviously, I have to specify and make my own tokens for terrain, so that way I can show people like, hey, a hill is this big, or hey, ruins are this big. Like, make it where there's a standard unit of measurement. But we're gonna kind of cross that bridge later. That's more after the game is in beta, where I start making the game more artistic, drawing things and shit like that. Fuddy's like having a lot of issues connecting for some reason.
Oh, did I lose connection? Sorry.
I don't know. I keep seeing your thing like pop in and out, in and out, in and out. So I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, so weird. Okay. Just trying to figure out how many tokens in total do I have?
So it's half your army size. So
That's
3 divided by 2 is just 1. So that's the only tokens you got.
the army size expanded.
Hmm? I think we lost Fuddy. His mic just cut out. On to other notes while we're waiting for Fuddy. I really like this beaky setup for the knights. I really like that. The idea that like it's beaky. I like that a lot. So Husky fan, you ask about terrain, how much can it be modified by magic? I already put that in the game. Like, it's here. Like rivers, if you attack with ranged attacks or ice magic, it does 2 extra damage. Forests, you could set them on fire, which is fucking crazy. Frozen lakes, you can break it with fire magic, which will cause a unit to drown, dealing 3 damage. Lava. Lava can be expanded if a person casts fire magic on it, or it could be extinguished. I don't think I wrote extinguished. Yeah. I'll probably add that in there. Oh, ice magic turns lava to normal ground. I already did write that in there. Swallowed earth is unstable ground that's crumbling, like literally the ground is falling underneath you. So it gives you -2 movement. If someone hits it with earth magic, it turns it into normal tiles. But if it's hit with ranged attacks or magic that is not earth magic, then tiles will drop, killing any unit that's inside the tile. So like there's stuff in here that reacts to the world. Because as I said, I want this to be a strategy game that does have a bit of narration to it. Alright, Fuddy just moved his shit.
Mm-hmm.
I would just I'm just kind of fixing it a bit just because it's standing on top of itself. Alright. What do I do? What do I do? Alright, so this is going to be a -1 modifier. Isn't that right? Yeah. -1 plus another -1 modifier to my attack. Holy shit. Alright. So we're attacking with a -2 modifier. Alright. So here we go. We're going to try it. Boom! I missed. Alright, and that's the end of my turn.
Good show. It was a good try.
At least I didn't crit fail.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the end goal, is to make a very metal as fuck strategy game where you're just beating the shit out of each other. But then you're also what's the term? You're also dealing with narration. So it's like, oh look, the ground is unstable. And then all of a sudden a guy cast fucking meteor and you just see your units just die because the ground just gives out. That's it. You're just gonna move your guys. Oh, you're just gonna move them that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
so
shit,
we're
they're
gonna
fast.
go over here. And this is just with a -1 mod, so it still fails. Still fails. Alright, your turn. Yep.
Oh shit. Does that mean I can roll for an attack?
You
I'm within
can,
6 tiles.
but I am warning you, it's a -2 modifier.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
2d6?
2d6, as always. With a -2 mod, it makes it where you'll critical fail on a 5. On an 8.
Ooh. That's still a fail.
Yeah, barely. You need a 9. Jesus fucking Christ. For those wondering, the way the rolling dice shit works is pretty basic. This is a 0 mod. So we're shooting off a -2. So that means he needs a 9 to just do a basic glancing blow, which is half damage.
I'd have to roll a crit every turn to do some.
Now, this does get kind of crazy because what happens is if you're at a -1 mod, you can never crit. You can never crit hit. You can't. It's impossible. Because
Right.
even if you roll a 12, it's actually 11. So it's impossible no matter what you do. If you're rolling on a 0 mod, then yeah, you can critical hit. If you're rolling on a
Right.
+1, you can critical miss on a 2, but not on a 3. So now a 3 is safe. And then you just need a 6 to do a glancing blow. On a +2 mod, it's impossible to critical miss. You can miss, just not critically. So that's the way it goes. It's a basic math system. Very, very basic, very easy to pick up. So I wanted to get away from Legacy of Kain's World of Nosgoth that I did. I'm
Definitely
planning.
incorporate the mechanics as an RPG of Kingdom Oblivion.
Yeah.
Just saying, solid system, and it's from scratch. Nobody can say you're copying them. All it needs is a little rebrand. Saying.
So I'm shooting from a -1 mod. Because I'm shooting your soldiers with the shields. I'm not shooting the archers. So with a -1 mod, I just need an 8 to do 2 damage. And you have 2 armor, so you only take 1. But yeah, the goal here is that it's your turn, Fuddy. But the goal here is to make a RPG later down the line for this world that I'm designing. But I don't think the world will be too fascinating until I start having novels written and shit like that, which I'm actually working on that as well. So when I say I'm spread thin, I am spread fucking thin, okay? Not just thin, fucking thin. I'm doing all sorts of things all at the same time. But when I'm selling, though, is probably going to be like a Monopoly set. That's the way I think it will be, because I want to do it like all cardboard and acrylic. So like you'll have like a cardboard piece that's acrylic cardboard, whatever you want to call it, and it's like an archer. And on the back of it, when you flip it, it says all this stats right here. It says all this shit right here. So you don't even need to do mental calculations because the game already has it for you. I want to make this like the game of Clue or Monopoly. Like basically anyone in the family could pick up this game for $15 and they could just play it with a quick rule set. But if they wanted to get in the nitty gritty of the game, they would have to pay money to get the full rules where they could design their own units, their own factions, and they will get this giant codex, whatever kind of bullshit. So that's kind of the goal. Is like technically it's 2 different games. Here's your family fun. Hey, here comes your demo armies, and you guys just play. And then here comes the hardcore motherfucker, where like you're actually designing shit. You're buying factions. You're learning codexes. Like that's my plan, at least for a business model. And because I have so many factions, that's so many expansions that I could go with. But for the base game, it's just going to be 3 human factions. That is it. And then I'm going to expand with the elves and the orcs and all that bullshit later.
Solid plan.
You know it's your turn, right? Because you didn't move.
Oh shit! Right, I was thinking about it, and then I got to listening to your business plan. I was enthralled. Shame on you. You distracted me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm trying to think of how I would advertise it to publishers, but the problem is I need to prove it's got a base, a fan base. And that's why I'm saying like all the codexes I'm giving everyone is free, including the universal rules. But there's a big but to this. When it comes to the army codexes that I'll later get to, like, oh, how does the armies assemble? What do the armies look like? What's their common tactics? And here's a part of the army codex is a list of official units for that faction and with their stat sheets and shit. That would actually be charged for. But again, I don't know if I can get a publisher to actually like want this, because I need to advertise and somehow get a community that wants this product. I'm not sure how that will work. I have no idea. I'm just focusing right now on just getting the game, getting artwork commissioned, right, and then we'll go from there.
Big dreams take. Nothing wrong with that. You're on the right track. Oh, yeah, I fired it.
You what?
I rolled a 7. God.
Well, so one of the things is the activation thing that you and I were talking about was
Oh,
so
yeah,
you moved your veteran soldier, but you're shooting with your archer. That's not the way it's supposed to work anymore. It's supposed to be like you only activate one troop.
Hey, okay. My mistake.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Scratch. Move my veterans to. Well, no, I moved my iron soldier.
So I'll just back up a bit with my archers. And let's take a pot shot. At least it does 2 extra damage if you're in the river. And I critically fail. Yes. Do 2 damage to myself. Hell yeah, baby. I might kill my own archers. Alright, your turn.
String snaps and flax in the eye.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I get this? Hot shots are always. And roll the fire. 2d6.
Ooh, who are you shooting at?
I'm going to fire on your archer.
On my archers? Cool. And that does... Wait, I gotta see a distance. Hold on a minute. Okay, so you're shooting with a -2 mod. Well, that barely saves my bacon. So you do whopping, glancing hit on me, so that's 2 extra damage. Jesus fuck. Alright, well, my guys are low enough, so I have to roll the dice on charisma and see if they pass. They fail. That is fucking great.
Sorry, I stretch.
Alright, my archers flee. They run away. So now I'm looking at this. Alright, your turn?
Most excellent.
Yeah, my biggest goal right now is to buy artists, but I don't have much money. So I'm going to have to settle for like $200 or $400 drawings that are just black and white, no color, just sketches basically. The other issue too is that I want to be consistent with the same artist, so that way when someone looks at my work, it doesn't look like 10 different works from 10 different universes. No. I want it all consistent. If I can find 2 artists who have the exact same style, that's fucking amazing, but I'm realistically probably just going to stick with one guy. Because as much as I want to deny it, the fact of the matter is that if you have flashy artwork, that's going to attract far more people than good writing or good gameplay. No, it's all about artwork. I'm not a graphics person. I mean, look at the video games I played. They're fucking retro as shit. They're like 1990s. But unfortunately, people aren't like me. They don't want to just play a good game. No, no, no. They want to play a good game that's super sexy, super visually appealing, something that gropes your eyeballs, something that slides in like a tongue underneath your eyelid and just scoops out your eye socket. Like that's what they want.
That's
I don't know where I was kind of going with that on the eye socket thing, but I just kind of got an idea of like a camel just licking someone's eye out. I don't know why.
camel licking. Uh, okay. Got that desert fever.
You know, camel in Arabic means beautiful. There's actually 15 different translations of camel.
Really?
Yeah. So when you see,
So calling someone camel face is come.
yeah. So when you see
Okay.
this sexy, beautiful lips,
Uh,
just know someone out there thinks that that's beautiful.
yeah. Okay.
Did you move?
No, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to finish. Um, I'm just gonna take another shot with my against your or the
Wow.
doing
You landed
one
a hit.
thing. Holy shit. Okay.
So the minus
All right.
2, that's a 10. So you do another. I clicked the wrong thing. He did a roll of 12. So yeah, you did your full damage. Yay. And full damage is 4.
Yay! Whopping 4 damage. I'm a
Oh,
threat to be reckoned
shit.
with.
I took too much HP off my guy. It was supposed to be 2 because of his armor.
No, that's fine. You can leave it.
Yeah, yeah. Asshole.
Indeed.
Alright. I'm gonna strike with my claymore. Ooh. So I do 9 damage to your veteran soldier. And you have
Oof.
2 armor, so that's 7 total. You need to roll a charisma check, bucko.
Let's see it.
With
Is
3
it
charisma,
2d6
that's
or
a
1d6?
2d6. So he's got a
Okay.
-1 mod. If he fails, his guy is going to retreat and haul ass. And Fuddy
Getting
is
up
lucky as fuck and just fucking
I
succeeds.
am. Tables have turned. Oh, how the turntables.
Alright, it's your turn. This lucky son of a bitch just fucking rolled a goddamn crit.
Feel amazing. Feel so energized. My whole world is fire. It's electric.
But this is what I
Bam.
mean though by like veterans really outshine standard and peasant quality troops. But they're supposed to. They're supposed to feel that way. Because the next stage above veterans are heroes, and heroes way outshine them. They're like fucking gods.
Like old Dell.
But the thing is, though, is
I'm going
you gotta
to.
play
Oh,
very cautiously.
fair. Yeah, that's a big investment. I'm going to activate my arch and take another pot. So your venture.
Ooh.
See if the luck
Oh, sorry, I almost
lasts.
clicked on you.
Holy shit. No, you're good.
So that's 4 damage, minus 2 because of my armor. It's on my greatsword,
Bro.
you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you
Oh,
see here on how he's a standard archer. Standard archers don't have good stats or skills because they're standard quality. And as such, you're seeing that he's only doing 2 damage to me with like full hits. Alright, let's take a swing at his soldier again. 4. I gotta look here. Veteran, great sword. Okay, so I fail. Yeah. I fail my
okay.
attack. Alright. Because, mind you, you could
I'm
create
gonna
your
take
own
another pot
units.
shot.
Here we
Sorry.
go. Dude's trying to pepper me down. And I think
What
that's
the
a
fuck is happening?
glancing. Is that glancing? Yeah, it is. So 2
Yeah, it's the
damage.
glance.
So I only take 1. Cool.
Wow.
Alright. Let's move these boys in. And let's take a hit. So full damage is a 10 or 11. And crit. Okay. 10 or 11. Let's go 8. 8 is a glancing blow, which is 3 damage. You have 2 armor, so that's going to be round down to 1.
Mm.
Now let's look at the rules. Did I ever write if you had to keep re-rolling every time you were below 25%? No, I did not.
I'm happy to
Okay.
roll again.
So I'm going to say no.
No?
Because I
Okay.
didn't say in the rules whether or not you
I
did
mean,
it
they
once
are
or
on the brink
twice.
of death. Okay.
So that's your turn?
Oh, the pot shot? Yes. Oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn. Yep.
Okay. Uh, will it hold? Okay, into the line. It was a good run.
So your archer misses their shot.
That's what I get for left. I lost charisma.
Wow.
My charisma stat went down by 1.
Damn, I missed my shit too. It's your turn.
Small consolation. Right. I'm gonna take a pot shot, and it's a 9, a glancing blow.
Glancing blows, 2 damage. Who are you shooting at?
Um, I'm just gonna keep firing on your veteran.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's take another swing. And we miss. Almost a crit. Wow. Your turn?
Oh.
Yeah, I never played Warcraft 3, so I have no idea. I just know Dota 2 comes from it, and I played a lot of Dota 2.
I've never played Dota, but I did play Warcraft 3.
You rolled like 3 dice, dude.
Oh, what the shit? Sorry. Let me try that again. 2d6.
Now 4 dice. Hell yeah, we're getting up there.
What? Oh, right.
Maybe
Try
by the end of
10.
the day, he'll be having like 7 dice. Yeah, he just keeps increasing the dice amount. Yeah.
What's I keep just hitting 2d6, and it's just adding more dice. Roll. I have no idea what's going on.
Dota 2, I got 500 hours on it. Okay, 7. So this is the archer we're talking about here?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So with
archer miss.
that's a miss. Barely a miss. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see great swords. Let's do it. Finally. Okay, they finally killed this guy. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
It was a good run. You did your best. He held the line.
You played Warcraft 3?
Hmm, I did.
Apparently,
Wasn't bad.
Husky
I
fans
enjoyed the
asking.
undead. That was my favorite faction, was the undead.
All right, buddy. So it's your turn. One of my guys is ready to get in there and start wiggling his pee-pee around.
Uh-oh, we can't have that.
He's about to swirl that shit like a windmill.
Alrighty. I'm gonna have my veteran inners making something.
Yep. So 4 damage, -2. Okay. I'm gonna step forward, and then we're gonna take a swipe at those fucking archers. Boom, 9. 9 damage. Holy shit, I just killed your archers in 1 hit.
No way. Oh well, it was a good run.
Holy shit. We rolled a 9. A 9 is 9 damage. Archers only had iron armor, which is -1. So I literally just fucking cleaved them down. I was like, you know what? I'm sick of your shit. I've been taking scores of arrows from over the fucking river. I've had it. I'm done with your shit. Alright, it's your
Alright.
turn.
Final showdown. Final count. Not much movement needed, so I'm gonna go down.
Oh, wow. That's another full hit, so that's 9 damage. You're attacking the guy with the shield, right? Or the guy with the...
Oh no, I'll go for the veteran. Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta be.
That kills my guy.
Haha! Vengeance. I have
Alright.
avenged my arch.
So I
That is
rolled a 10, that's 6 damage. -2. Alright, so I took out half your HP. It's your turn.
Storm Blackgate and free the oppressed. 2d6.
Ooh, he missed.
Oh no. Critical.
Oh my god, the battle is getting close. The river's full of blood.
Is
Oh my god.
glorious.
I just do another 4 damage to you. That kills you.
Ah, GG.
I won, but at what cost?
But at what cost?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck kind of game was that?
GG.
I think this is a game that has hype to it, if maybe I was a better commentator. Because we just fought in
I thought
this
it was
river.
great. You did a good job.
And just were slugging each other. Like, I didn't want to put my most valuable unit inside the river, because he's got
That was
one
a proper
extra
brawl.
range. Yeah.
It was sick as fuck.
And then I just
It was
kept
very
missing
fun.
and missing and missing. And then finally, at the end of the battle, did I finally fucking start getting hits. And meanwhile, Fuddy's fucking useless ass archers were just nailing shot after shot after shot. It's like, bro, this ain't
Dude,
the
that was
bar. Put
potent
those shots
shit.
down.
Out of. Oh, that was wild. That was a good one. That was a hell of a battle. GG.
Yeah.
Well done. You earned that one.
As I said, it's not the combat that I'm testing
Round
in this
two?
game.
Oh yeah.
It's really not the combat that we're testing. What we're testing is the terrain. Is the terrain too powerful? Is it too muggy? So I'm going to change the rules right now.
No, that was great.
So what we're going to change is We're going to make it where it's one minor terrain and one major terrain you're allowed to put on the map instead of two. Because it's a little too messy.
And you can just put them anywhere?
Yeah.
But
the reason why is only because,
I don't know, 4 in total, it kind of balanced itself out regardless. Probably because you put down 2 pebble fields.
Well, it was mostly to slow you down because I thought my archer would capitalize on that, but your archer instead was the one who was fucking nailing all of his fucking shots. So, that was nice on that end.
Yeah, it ended up being a nice balanced battle. Just turned into a brutal, all-out, bloody, just so much blood.
That's kind of the goal for this game, though. So, like, this game is designed to be chaotic. And that's what I want. It literally says it in the universal rules. No gods to pray to, no mercy to be found. Roll, kill, and die gloriously. That is it. That's the game. Have fun. But I do think there was a little bit too much terrain. Mostly because there was too much minor terrain all over the place. But I do want to keep it where each player has their own major terrain that they set up. And they could set it up anywhere on the map. Because you may have some guy who's just a total fucking cheesing asshole. And he just plays with his fire mage. And he just puts a forest immediately on top of your army. And then sure enough, his first turn, he ignites the fucking trees. Giving like 2 damage to everybody in your army. It's cheesy, yes. But there are ways of dealing with it. There's ways of countering it. Like, of course, having your own terrain that's beneficial. In Fuddy and I's case, our most valuable units are actually melee guys. But yet we put a lot of terrain on the map that gives us reduced movement and gives our archers extra damage for hitting us in the water. But I was getting around it because I was using my great sword's range because they can attack 2 tiles away. So I'm hitting Fuddy's dudes who are in the water while my guys are not in the water. So I'm not taking that extra damage. As I said, major terrains, it seems like they're pretty balanced. It seems like they give a negligible effect, but an effect that will hurt me if I don't pay attention to it. What are you thinking, Fuddy?
I'm thinking that I ended up playing the way I was hoping that I could get you to play. By getting you into the water. The river. Then my disadvantage. Still, that was a good game. I was hoping to at least cross it to get out of the advantage. But at the time you had lost your arc. So there really wasn't to worry about. No, that's a great fight. Already feel nostalgic.
So one of the things that we're going to be designing later on in the development of beta, so when the beta hits, which is probably soon, honestly, considering that everything here seems to be working the way I'm envisioning it. When the beta does hit, I'm going to be adding monster type units and such like that. Hi, Uriel. Hi. Hi.
Where Mama? Where me? Where he? Where he?
My son just came barging
Where
in.
Mama stay? Where he?
But one thing, Fuddy, is like you could try designing your own units or whatever, but I'd be more interested to see what kind of army composition you'd come up with the official unit cards and such.
Good night, Dada.
That's.
Alright, good night, baby boy.
Keep calling you the
I'd love
whole
to.
time. I keep looking for you.
Love to tell Naya unit.
So happy now.
Hmm?
Why so happy?
What was up, Fuddy?
Oh, I would love to see what the
Bye.
Bell Naya unit
Bye,
would
Dada.
have to offer.
He say bye-bye to you though when I close the door. Bye, Dada.
Yeah, like one of the things I'm gonna have to beta test is the elf magic.
I can't wait till we're testing elves versus dark elves. Elves versus vampires.
So one of the things that the elves are gonna have is they're gonna have spirit magic. And based on the category of magic you've chosen, will determine the element of the spirit itself. So the spirits aren't tied to any element, it's just the caster really that's tying it. But you're going to have things like, am I going to summon a fish spirit? Well, a fish spirit is an artillery and it has a long range, which is unusual for mages because they have to be within 6 tiles to cast spells. But not the elves.
Right.
They have different ranges tied to their spirits. A bear spirit has to be within 2 tile ranges or 1 tile range, but you swipe somebody really, really hard. So the elves are going to have these weird spirits that they're summoning in the battlefield. They may have their own tree spirit that they'll summon, and that will provide healing or that will provide cover, whatever it is. So they're going to have all these spirits that they're dealing with, and that's their own unique magic. Now, when we get to Velnaya are elves who became vampires, which is like their own thing. But these elves have only the bull spirit, and that's it. And they have bull spirit chariots. And these bull spirit chariots could be whatever flavor of element that you want. It's just, I would recommend caution if you're going to do fire. Because then you could have it where your fire chariot basically charges into the forest and then ignites the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. But that would be a good tactic.
So this is like some of the plans that I have for individual things. Krakator is one of the factions that I'm going to have a lot of fun with. Because they're all about astromancy, like astronomy. So they're going to be having comets and all sorts of shit raining down on people. Like one of them's going to be like comet hail. And all it is just a bunch of pebbles just falling from the fucking sky, just nailing you for some reason. Like tickle damage, but it's annoying.
Just enough to whittle you away.
But there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of unique things. Like orcs are going to have an intelligence stat of only 2, but they're going to have an endurance stat of like 9 and a strength of 8 or 6, somewhere around there. So they're really, really shitty, and then they have no armor. So it really plays into this idea you're just this barbarian horde who's really, really shitty and really slow, but when you fucking get your hands on somebody...
They do eat dirt.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about lore for the rest of the stream, because this is a review of Kingdom of Oblivion. And I've already gotten what I wanted out of the testing of the terrains.
Okay, cool.
Let me change the rule set, though. Because you did bring up a point now that I'm thinking about it. It is a bad idea.
Oh, what's that? What's the bad idea?
Because I kind of don't want players to be cheesing, because now that I think about it, one of the things I was going to add in the game was I was going to make it where orcs are susceptible to ice magic, because they're naked most of the time. And I was going to have it where elves take bonus damage to poison and to fire magic. Well, if I let it where players could just put terrain anywhere, and elves are stuck with a stat of 3 endurance no matter what, that basically means you could kill my whole army at the very beginning of the game with a fire spell. if you put a forest on top
Good.
of my army.
Water.
So I'm just going to make it where you can only put terrain on your side of the map. That's it. Now, mind you, this isn't a big deal because there are some really crazy terrains that I have. Like one of them's like curse magic, so if someone like gets near it, they take extra damage.
Ooh, what about quicksand?
Thanks, Husky fan. See you later, bud. Quicksand, I already have that. I think it's called shifting sands or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, shifting sand, -1 to movement. Ranged attacks against targets here suffer -1 modifier to hit. See, it's a good thing I'm rereading these. The reason why ranged is harder to hit someone who's stuck in sand is because they're constantly wiggling side to side. Because, you know, you're trying not to get drowned in the fucking thing, so it's kind of hard to hit you when you're constantly moving.
Hmm.
I don't know if you read some of the novel that I was writing, the Once Loved.
I did read a bit. Just I've been getting side
Yeah, it's hard to read books
away
sometimes
recently.
because they take a while.
No, it's just life has been getting in the way a lot.
I did the Cosmos thing, and as I said, while
Yeah,
the
that was
Cosmos
really
is
cool.
while the
scary.
Cosmos is like fascinating and stuff, that's really not important to me. But I know a lot of people will make it a big important deal, like the Manje. The Manje is very fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I plan to use the Manje for more narration for like campaigning and stuff. Like, why is X faction fighting X faction? And it's gonna be like, oh, a random Manje egg just crashed here. No one knows why the egg is here, but everyone wants it because it's got a lot of alchemical ingredients. So it's like a capture the flag sort of scenario.
Give me brethren by feeding on planet. Very spooky.
And then you got the ruined world of Zarek. Zarek is a world that apparently was bustling with life that was technologically very advanced, and then all of a sudden it just kind of consumed itself in nuclear fire. Who these people were, no one has any idea. But again, that kind of ties into the whole campaign mechanic where, like, why are dwarves fighting Krakatoans? Well, a giant metal satellite fucking crashed nearby, and the dwarves need it for materials, but the Krakatorans think it's a sign from Katak, their god, because he just sent a crater next to them. So it could lead to faction
Meteors.
disputes.
They only live in craters.
Yeah, they only live in craters, which is fun. But there's a lot of cool provinces I'm thinking of and testing. I already said that the province that we're in right now is called Iralia. And the other provinces are named appropriately, which was that really shitty drawing I had earlier.
Oh, your geometry homework?
This piece of shit drawing.
I thought it was great. It definitely gets the idea across.
But yeah, you got Iralia, then you got Godland, and then you got Sodimfa, the Canyon of Id, and then Plataunia. Plataunia, I think,
Kinda
is
has
going to
a
be more interesting, but
a Greek reference.
What?
Platonia has kind of like a Greek to it.
Yeah, Plataunia is going to be fascinating because people already kind of know a little bit about one faction there, which is the dwarves.
Mm.
These dwarves were sent out from Mern and Clog because they built a giant cannon and they made gigantic bullets.
Oh, right. Those.
And that's kind of their lore, is that they live inside these bullets because these bullets have like kitchens and all sorts of things. And this was an experiment to see if they could launch themselves, and this is how they could colonize new lands, is by shooting themselves into a new land and then use the scrap of the bullets to rebuild it and then send themselves back with hopefully new resources. But they didn't come back. And for the dwarves of the Mern and Clog, they just think, oh, they probably died. An entire clan full of dwarves just probably died. But reality is they survived. The plan worked. The problem is that they landed inside an organized empire that does not like outsiders very, very well.
Right. Shit, my bad. I've been thinking that they landed in the Godland. Oh,
No, they
No,
land
what?
in Platonia.
Sonia, yeah. They're
And
what? Pretty much slaves, huh?
no. So
Or
the thing of them is that the dwarves use their
they like
guns.
to test all their new mechanics.
The dwarves use their guns, and they use the craters that the bullets made as good holdouts. And then they just simply waited and waited. And for over a century, they've been just fighting and getting under attack relentlessly by Platonia's empire. Until finally, one of the tree emperors was like, okay, this fighting's enough. We're literally not getting anywhere. So Platonia approached these dwarves and said, listen, we'll sign a peace deal with you. You become our citizens, and you get these rights, but we notice that your guns are really, really good. So from here on out, any guns you make, the state, which is the empire, gets first dibs on your designs. And the dwarves had to agree to it. They didn't want to keep fighting endlessly. And at the same time, the empire really had no way of killing the dwarves anyways, so this was kind of a win-win for both sides. But when the dwarves stopped making guns, and they just kept remaking the ones that they already had, the empire couldn't lay claim to those guns even though they're still better than theirs, just because technically it's not a new design. And the dwarves learned quickly, like, hey, if we do make new guns, these guys are going to just take our schematics and use our guns against us. So instead, let's learn drug trade. So they use the rights that they have, where they have claim to any landmine that's around, and they use those chemicals and those materials to create really harmful drugs. And this way they can extort the government too, because they can say, hey, this isn't a weapon schematic, so if you want our steroids that buff soldiers, you're going to have to pay me some fucking money, chump. So this is where we have this weird dwarf mini empire that wants to destroy the empire it lives in. And the empire that, of course, lives with it doesn't really know what to do about it. So yeah, Platonia is
The
going to
only
be
thing they got going for me.
What?
I said, really the only thing Platonia has going for them is number. They outnumber the dwarves, but the dwarves have like absurdly advanced.
Well, there's going to be other things too Platonia has that actually is a threat. But the idea behind Platonia is that it's an empire run by trees. And the trees are very, very finite. Like, very, very rare.
Right, you hinted at that in the codex.
Like, these trees are descended from a fungus that landed on an angel. And somehow the angel and the fungus have somehow shared properties. So now the fungus that absorbed some of the angel's celestial godhood has now sprouted this little tiny sacred ground that grows these trees, and these trees are literally celestial. Like, they're very powerful, very magical, very, very much greater than anything else. But the problem is that they have only this little tiny piece of land that spawns them, and that's it. So the amount of them is like less than 50. And sure, there's always new trees growing, but the fact that there's less than 50 of them is like, it's very difficult for them to really rein in order. But the fact they're so fucking incredibly strong definitely makes it where it's easy for them.
Interesting.
But one of the big early nemesises of Platonia are these horse-headed people that are very dangerous, and they basically summon like fire. I don't have a name for them yet, but basically imagine a horse's head, but with like a really, really long mouth, kind of like a mouth of a human. It's very weird and eerie shaped.
Oh, so it's not just at the end of their muzzle; it goes all the way back to their cheek,
Yeah,
like a
all the way
dog.
back to their cheek. And then they also have a saber tusk.
Oh, that's fucking horrifying. Pardon my language.
They have two
Yeah,
sets.
that's some nightmare shit. Okay.
So I don't know if I can whip out the MS Paint and do this.
Are they demon descended?
No,
Like
and,
the
and
the
there will
orcs?
be orcs in Platonia as well, because I mean that's just the other side of the chasm
Ooh,
of it.
yeah,
But the difference between those orcs is that they're
guys
actually
poured at it.
they were treated somewhat like citizens, but the problem is they're constantly killing each
Ooh.
other and eating other citizens, so they just basically get killed.
Um,
So the idea here is that this is such a horrible fucking drawing. So
not that bad.
these demon things,
It's like a wire.
oh, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I do have to say that Army of Light streaming Re as their war just tickled the shit out of.
That's even worse. What the fuck am I doing? So basically, this is like the top jaw of these horse people, but they would have two sets of saber teeth. So one in the front and another in the back. So they have 4 saber tusks. And the thing about these horse people is that they were terrorizing and they were basically warlords of this area for a very, very long time, until the tree gods started to arise and these tree emperors. But these people would be very, very dangerous, and they still do exist, and they're very dangerous. And their whole thing is that they're very they're very into dying by combat, and they're very much into they think fire is very sacred, because they found that fire is very good against the trees. But unfortunately, they've only killed one tree in their whole history, and it's with fire magic.
Oh.
So after that one victory, hooray for them. The problem was, by then the trees have already established an empire with the species that were already being subjected to the horrors of these crazy horse people. So now they just have their organized armies just go kill the fucking horse people instead of them having to do it. So it's like, yay, horse people found out a way to kill these gods finally. Bad news. It's too late.
Just rotten luck. Them's the break. I do have a question. Are the tree people connected to the mother tree? Oh,
No.
oh.
Yeah, like kind of like this. This is what I was kind of thinking of. I don't know if you know Jade Empire much, but
I do not. portion.
Let me post it in the general chat.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's not the design I'm going for, because obviously I want saber tusk, and I don't want like a skull head or a black skin, nothing like that. I was kind of hoping for something different, but Jade
I
Empire
think I
would be
have
kind of
you.
like an
I
idea.
know exactly what you're.
So Platonia's got its own set of interesting stuff going on. If people want to use their Platonia armies versus the Aurelian armies, I don't give a shit. I don't care. There's probably some justification for it somewhere in the lore. I have good reasons to establish things like you could try to roleplay the moment that the dwarves landed in Platonia, and you try to like hold off this waves and waves of shit while a tree emperor just rains down fucking magic on you. Sure, go ahead. Just use a regular dwarf army versus that. Go ahead, go crazy. But that's kind of like my idea, is that every province has its own issues, and then you just kind of like see how every single faction is totally unique, totally different, and you just kind of go from there. Like the southern province of Sodimfa is going to be very tribalistic in nature, so it's going to be less metal and stuff, and there's going to be a reason why. I could probably tell it now, but the tribes of humans there actually believe in biological technology, not metal technology. And you may say that's kind of weird. What do you mean metal technology? I mean like armor, hammers, stuff like that. They just don't believe in it, and they actually shun it. They think it's dangerous and scary. So what you'll see that they actually wrap their hands in certain parasitic species that they've cultivated, and these parasitic species, while they do impale them and stuff, they become useful. Like they'll run around and they'll have this it's kind of like a porcupine parasite, and it's attached to their wrist, and they shoot the quills, and they can actually control the quills of the parasite, and they'll chase you and shoot it, and that's how they'll chase down.
Oh, like a
prey.
needler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fucked.
So these people have like an insane biology, and they're still human, but they've found ways to go around it, and they found ways to biologically enhance themselves. So they look tribal, they look like Native Americans or Aztecs, whatever you want to go for. But that's only at the surface level. The moment you start looking at them, you go, wait a minute, that's not a seashell, that's actually bone graft on his fucking forehead. Like, yeah, these people were biologically insane. And the reason why is because there's going to be a really like dark tower kind of nearby, and any sort of exploration of it, you're just going to find nothing but like evil bullshit. But it explains why these people are so deathly like scared of metal.
The bullshit.
And also, Sodimfa is also where we're gonna have the Jamaican trees, which are actually starfish.
No. Kind of like that. I just posted it.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm kind of looking at. Yeah.
Sweet.
But
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Sodimfa is also going to be the province where we have the Jamaican trees. And the Jamaican trees are going to be
Jamaica.
I haven't really settled on a name for them, but just know they basically descend from starfish.
That's cool.
So
Super interesting.
So you're going to have like different tree factions, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, these ones are plants. These ones, wait, what do you mean, Freezer? They're not plants. Yeah, they're fish.
That's awesome. A prokaryotic organ. Eukaryotic trait.
It's like, oh, well, how did a starfish somehow evolve into a tree? It's like, well, This particular starfish, I just gotta come up with the name of it, but I already know like the backstory, which is that this starfish had a unique camouflage property where whenever it would camouflage as an object, it would actually take on the properties of that object.
Kind of like how a octopus or a cuttlefish produce like the weird little skin barbs. They're not actually barbs, they're just folds of skin take on the appearance rock
Yeah.
barb for
So
camouflage.
with these starfish, if they blended onto a boulder, they actually were as tough as the boulder. So you couldn't just squish them
Oh, that's
off.
fascinating. A little bit of absorbing Incredible Hulk.
But at some
They
point
pick up
in
the traits whatever they contact.
but at some point in their evolution, these starfish, which were somewhat intelligent, they had two different branches. One that found life outside the sea to be possibly better, and one that found life in the sea to be as good as it gets. So the ones that ventured out of the ocean, the first thing they blended with was coconut trees, because they're everywhere. But in doing so, they became coconut trees. So now here we are with these coconut Jamaican trees that are sentient, and they actually are descended from these starfish. And their faces are like tikis, like tiki totems.
Oh, that's fuck yeah.
But their body is very different.
Yeah, I'm imagining like almost like a sea anemone. Anemone?
Anemone, yes.
Yeah. Because it is a biological creature taking on a severe number of traits free. But like it's still biological. Just imagine like almost fleshy looking trees, leaves. They're not quite, it's almost like tendrils and anemone. It's like at a distance it is this tree like it. You get like really close, start examining parts instead of seeing like a uniform bark structure typical or like a palm. You'd actually notice like the kind of cracks and micro details that you get from dry skin. I think that would be really interesting. Almost like a reptilian, a scaled quality to the layers of palm.
But with the Sodimfa, what we're kind of going with is that these Jamaican trees, they think technology is the ultimate way forward. But obviously biologically they think that they're at the apex because they have skin literally as hard as trees. Like it's hard to actually pierce them. So instead
Like
they focus
rhino.
on metal. And this obviously leads to huge conflicts between them and the human populace. And you may think it's weird that trees are building fires and forges because couldn't they be set on fire? And the answer is that they actually try to douse their skin in flames, which hurts like hell, but it blackens their bark. And once a wood is burned black, it's actually safe. So it's like immune to fire. And that's their way of dealing with it. So you have these soot warriors, and that's what they are. They're like these totally blackened trees because they purposely burn themselves, but only superficially. In this way, they're immune to the fire damage. So you'll have these giant Jamaican trees that are wielding like metal plates that are kind of fashioned like palm tree leaves. So with the Jamaican trees, you're going to expect like really, really, really elite armies that are very, very small. So you're going to have like huge human tribe armies of just biological shit. And you're going to have just really tiny fucking Jamaican tree armies. But the other descendants of the
That's wild.
starfish, yeah, the other descendants of the starfish people are going to be, they're going to be mortal enemies
deep
of the
sea type?
Jamaican trees, but they're going to be kind of like octopuses with like clam-like features on them, oyster-like features.
That statement out of context. The other breed of starfish, they're going to be different. Just that alone. So that encompasses the wildness of this world so well. I'm just gonna say,
Well,
like,
I'm usually a pretty insane individual who comes up with crazy
no,
shit.
yeah, I'm not mocking you or anything. I'm not like
I know.
talking shit. It's just that's out of context. That statement. Such a cool world. It really is.
But the goal with the other starfish descendants is that they basically took on the best properties of the best predators in the ocean, but they realized that as they became more intelligent, that ocean life, it's impossible to make fire. It's impossible to grow technologically. You can do little
Well, I
coral
was gonna say,
villages, but like there's not much past
couldn't
that.
they potentially use like volcanic vent? There's a breed of snails that produces iron exoskeleton. They live near volcanic vent.
Well, the issue
So
is
like,
that
wouldn't these deep sea variants actually be more metallurgically? They can
no,
take up
because they're
trade,
not
so
deep sea. That's the problem.
okay.
So while they do have their own special adaptive properties, they're not deep sea capable. And this is a Pangea type world, so like deep sea is very far away from them, like very far.
Whether it be dragon.
And I'm probably not gonna do dragons in my universe. I'm just gonna probably do other shit because I feel like dragons are used a little too much.
Yeah. No, it's just like they used to say that about what or unknown lands or like the wide open ocean out here be dragon,
Yeah.
sea serpents and leviathan shit.
For me, I was gonna have like the Godland, right,
Right.
to the west. The Godland in the west, it does have an ocean, but because it's a land of ash, snow, and volcanoes, the ocean there is actually dead. It has no life. And the reason why is because it's extremely salty. It's almost where most of the world's salt is just stored for some fucking reason. And as such, it's bubbling hot as well. So nothing lives there. No fish, nothing. So that makes it where the Godland people really have nowhere else in the world to explore except for the east, which is where Aurelia is. So that's kind of a problem. But then in the south, the water's totally fine. The east, the water's totally fine. And in the north, the water's totally fine. But it's a Pangea world. Like, there really is nothing to explore out there. It's just dead sea. It's dead ocean. There probably is fish out there. There probably is life out there, but it's so far away. Majority of life in the ocean is actually on the coast, believe it or not.
Right.
I was watching a fishing documentary, and that was kind of the big thing, was that majority of fish life is actually on the coast. Anything outside that, it's literally dead. Like, sure, you may see a whale or whatever, but just know that whale literally lives in a desert. Like, there's nothing there. It's fucking dead. And as such, with the Pangea type continent, you can imagine that literally the opposite side of the world is probably the deadest part of the entire fucking universe. There's not any life of any sort. So,
what about those the giant doomsday whale from your mouth? They extract oil from?
you're talking about the one novel that I was trying to write, but then it just wasn't doing well and no one was really interested, so I just kind of gave up on it. Yeah, the
I
Lord
mean,
of
you could always
Gallows.
pull creatures from there because you had some interesting.
No, the reason why I'm not using that is only because scientifically I want to explain this world in a way that like makes logical sense.
Gotcha. Okay, okay.
What the fuck? Why did it not? There we go. Because I'm also going for like a lot of so my creative process with designing and stuff is very different and very unique, obviously, judging by all the shit that I make. But one of the things that I like is I want to go explore more of the past. So I'm looking at a lot of the I'm looking at a lot of like the Permian life, like this. Well, what the fuck is this, right? Let me copy this image so Fuddy can see it. Like, what the fuck are these, right? Because these aren't reptiles, by the way. And they're not
Oh,
mammals.
Gorgonopsids.
Yeah.
Yeah, precursors.
Because people don't
Oh, I
realize...
used to love ancient animal life as a little kid. I used to watch all the, almost exclusively.
Like, people don't realize that life was never just binary, where it's like, oh, this is a reptile or this is a mammal. No, no. When you go into the Permian
That's
life, you have
millions
like...
of years of nature.
Yeah, you have like 5 different fucking types. It was crazy.
Yeah, birds didn't even exist then. Those wouldn't exist until after dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Life was weird. All you had was amphibian, fish, mammals. Well, no, not even exist. Reptiles, thoraps,
So...
mammal-like reptiles, like the Gorgonopsids.
Yeah. So I'm
Which,
using I'm
by the
using a
way, I
lot
gotta
of, like,
say, is a total badass. I just gotta toot it a little. Sorry,
yeah.
throw a little prop to it. The Gorgonopsid was fucking back in the day.
So like
Imagine
this is gonna be
tiger
this,
the size of a horse.
but this is gonna be like a lot of my creative processes. Is that you're gonna see animals that definitely don't exist in today's world, but you're gonna look at them and you're gonna say,
Yeah.
huh, maybe I've seen that at a museum before, and the answer is probably yeah, because I do look at history a lot, and I think that those animals in history are very alien, very weird. But that's what makes them interesting. Like, what the fuck is this, right? I don't know if Fuddy's there. He kind of muted himself. Oh, sorry, I had to go pee. Okay. So we're gonna have some unique animals and such inside the world that I'm building. But it's never going to be, oh, you know, this creature is basically a wolf. It's like, no, 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 no. If I design you a creature, it's going to be weird, it's going to be odd, and it's going to be something you never heard of before. Because I'm going for ancients. I'm looking at these weird, interesting creatures. Like, what is this? Why is its mouth so long? Or this, why does it have such long chin? It's such a weird thing. Even this, what the fuck is this, right? This is also an interesting one. I'm just wondering what the fuck is this? I remember it had a name and I used to know the name, but like, what the fuck is that? Like, it looks so stupid. What is that? So there are going to be a lot of creatures that you're going to see in my universe, and you're going to be like, what the fuck is that? And the answer is, it's nothing you've ever seen before, and that's expected. It will never be anything you've seen before. Alright, what the fuck? My... Georgia 14, got it. Maybe the font's too big, and maybe I should use different size, but I kind of like it the way it is. It helps me read better. It's easier for me to read. That's always a big part of it. So I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to stay in the chat with Fuddy for a bit, talk for a bit, and see you guys next time.